So I've been demoing this for a little bit once before, so it's not the first time I've signed in to this new GMetrix admin console. So what I can understand is that I'm going to make groups of students instead of giving the students a code all the time. I would put them in a group, and then the students would sign up, and I would add them all to a group. So I was looking in here at students, because my students usually sign in using their Gmail username and password. So once they've done that, I imagine I can come in here and search for them by name. And then, like, here's one that I just put in here, Barbara Gibbs. And I've already added her to one of my groups that I created. But if I wanted to put Christopher Tests into a group, I go in here, and for him individually, I can add a group. And there's my group. I can add them into the group. I can add assignments to them if I had assignments in that group, which I don't think I do yet. Or I don't know if this is where assignments that he's done show up. I'm not sure. I think this is really cool right here where you could print a transcript. I don't know what would show up in here. Not sure, but that would be pretty cool if you could put them there. And then the other thing I'm actually asking a question here is archive. So normally if we have access codes, they expire after a certain amount of time, and then we just do a new access code the next semester. So here, I'm imagining if I'm going to use, and I think this is really cool, if I can use the same group every single time, do I archive the students that at the end of this semester? Would I archive all the students out of that group so that I could add new students to that group next semester? That's how I'm just kind of imagining that things would work. So that was just a question here. All right, so then here's our student groups. And this is where I added my student group. There's, at my school, 2 teachers that teach Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and currently only one of us teaches Excel Access. We could end up teaching at any block, and so I would envision setting up our groups with the block number and a W for Word, PowerPoint, and then an E for Excel, and then our name. So I've already set up one little group in here. So if I was going to do, and this would be for block 1 Word. So if I was going to add a new group, I could say block 2 Word Clark. And I could say this is for Word, PowerPoint students. And I guess here I could add other instructors. Oh, that's pretty cool. Because we do share a lot of students and stuff like that, but I don't know if I'd want to put other instructors into a group. Probably not. All right, yeah, because they would have their own group and their own students. And we definitely wouldn't want to mix them. Create group. All right, so now I have a block 1 and a block 2. In my block 1, I have added a couple students already. If I look at details, I can see my students in there. Don't have any assignments. Can I add assignments? Oh yeah, there's my quiz. Put a quiz in there. So that's how I would add assignments. Okay, so that's students, groups, and then I did some custom tests. I did one right here. I'm going to do another one, Office 2019. Oh, I got to create the new test up here, sorry. So Word, Lesson 3 quiz. So I'd have to look, and I don't know if these are new questions yet. I already have everything, all these question numbers mapped to the content that I teach currently. So if some of these have changed, I'll probably need to know, because I have an Excel printout where I have every single one of these linked to one of the 10 lessons that I teach. So I guess I would have to see what would go with Lesson 3. But let's pretend that all these go with Lesson 3. I'm going to assign the test to one of my student groups, or probably both of them. Let me see what these assignments are. I feel like these assignments, let me see what assignments are. I feel like those were more of the comprehensive tests. I don't know. Let me see. Give it a due date. I like this right here, the allowing the review in the study guide, because currently the study guides don't necessarily show up for the kids. I really don't know what these are. I'm imagining this may be for more like the LearnKey course content and not just the GMetrix testing, which we don't have the LearnKey, so I'm not sure if this is even something that I would be messing with if I just have GMetrix and not LearnKey. Okay, so add content. Word associate. So those are the pre-made tests, and those are the custom tests. So what would be the difference in making an assignment or a test? That would be my big thing. These are the big comprehensive tests. These are the little quizzes that I just made. How would that differ? Would it be these things that would be allowed? I guess you could add students to that. So I guess the assignment thing is something that I'm not quite understanding. Let me look at something somebody else has made. Oh, good Lord. They had a lot of content into that. I think Nicole's probably going to have to explain this a little bit better for me to understand it. But the rest of it I kind of like. I like the idea being able to control a little bit more. If in this assignments list, you can control a little bit more a custom test that you've made where you can allow students to do it in training and testing or testing mode, and enable the review and enable the study guide. But I'm not really, again, sure what the difference in making something an assignment versus making a custom test and assigning it to your group. That's pretty much my biggest question right now. Other than that, I pretty much like everything in here. I like being able to go ahead and make my content, put it in a group, and not having to keep doing access codes every single semester and reassigning tests and things like that. So overall, I pretty much like what I see. The only thing I would have liked a little bit more is maybe if I could have gone in as a student and tried to see what my dashboard would look like with these things in it. But I look forward to our phone call in a little while.